Kamal, can you take us through that rocket? Because I think it's still flying through the air before it hits the net.
It was just a play where I tried to put myself in a good position, thinking where the ball was going to land on their clearance. I intercepted the ball and it sat up nice, and I just hit it kind of just an instinct moment, not really planned at all, and I hit it well and very thankful for the goal.
Phil was talking a few minutes ago about accountability, responsibility. You felt the team should have been up 4-0 at the half. What was your thoughts on the team's performance this evening here?
Definitely up two different performances. First half, we were all over the game. Like you said, we should have been up at least two. So definitely, it was a good performance in the first half, but naive to not take our chances and put this team away who were waiting to be put away, honestly. And then in the second half, just didn't go our way. They brought subs on who brought energy. Again, we missed some more chances, and that's just football. If you don't take your chances, it's always a chance it comes back to haunt you, and it did.
Okay, we'll move to questions online. Go ahead.
Kamal, congrats on the goal. Talk to me about the subs. We saw this situation happen against Minnesota where you guys had the lead, and then subs were made. Game was tied. Did the subs have any effect on this game?
Yeah, they came in and did some good jobs. David Ayala, some good tackles. Pipe, some good hold-up play and winning fouls for us when we were under pressure. Overall, I think it's always tough to come into the game. Talking from experience, it's very hard to catch the pace of the game. And yeah, it's possible that they were slightly off the pace, but I think we were already at a point and played our game where we should have been up 2 or 3. But yeah, we got to be able to come on and grind out a win 1-0, especially on the road. And it just didn't happen tonight. So we'll look at our mistakes and see what we can do better.
Go ahead.
Hey, Kamal, Adam Sussman here. You talked about some of those mistakes. Obviously, Phil, Neville, and you mentioned, wanting to take the chances in the first half. But what could have went better in the second half defensively?
I don't actually think it was even defensively. Like we did pretty well on set pieces throughout the game. They ran in behind, but we always seemed to deal with it. I think it was when we were transitioning after we won the ball, we were slow to get up from the back. The gaps were too big, and it seemed like since we were searching for that second goal that we know we should have had already, we just kept giving away the ball, and they kept coming right back on us in the transition. And like I said, the gaps were too big between the midfield and the back line. We were a bit stretched, and yeah, we got punished that way by just inviting pressure and sitting too deep. So I think myself and Zupa, the experienced ones at the back, got to do better of keeping the line higher and getting more pressure on the ball, and not just sitting in front of James and hoping he bails us out every time. That's not good enough.
Okay, we'll take one last question and go ahead.
Kamal, the next time you're in this building, it could be representing Canada at the World Cup. How much have you thought about that moment, and how much closer is it getting for you, knowing that it's less than a year out and there's friendlies and a lot of matches to come still?
Yeah, it's something I think about every day. There's no hiding that. Obviously, playing in the last one in Qatar, that was special, and we had a special group down there. But this one is obviously different, being on home soil. I want to be here to represent my country, and I know how much this means to the growth of soccer in Canada, and I want to be one of the guys there to take the game to the next level for the country.
Phil, I thought your team really took it to the Whitecaps in the first half. A late 1-1 draw. What was your overall thoughts on the game tonight?
I mean, it's. I thought we should have been 4-0 up at half time, and I think it's probably indicative of our season, really, where we've not really punished teams. 4-0 up at half time, I think we had 4 or 5 clear 1v1 opportunities. We hit the post, we hit the bar, and it should be at half time where we're thinking that this game is over. At 1-0, the game was always going to change. No two halves are ever the same in football. And that proved in the second half. We came out. They obviously they changed the momentum of the game. We dropped our level of intensity, and then it became just it became we were hanging on and not taking responsibility, not taking accountability, not passing the ball well, not possession. It was a different game. We had to keep possession of the ball, and I thought in the second half it was a poor performance from us.
You're talking about accountability and responsibility. Why do you feel your team wasn't executing in those areas tonight?
Well, I mean, the accountability is taking your chances in the first half, and the accountability is seeing out the game with game management. We put 5 subs on to see out the game, experienced players to see out the game, to keep possession of the ball. And if you don't do that, you're going to get punished. Why? Because they've got good delivery, 2 centre forwards on the pitch, they're going to put crosses into the box, and they were always going to get 1 or 2 chances. And that's where I say that the our Achilles heel this season is not punishing teams with opportunities to score, and that cost us tonight. And that's disappointing. We're playing against a Whitecaps team that haven't conceded any goals all season. We've had 4 or 5 clear 1v1 opportunities, and it's disappointing.
When you see the lineup and they're missing 9 guys and they're leading goal scorers on the bench,
Yeah.
how much of it is a missed opportunity for your team to take points in this game in hand, because you're in a playoff race?
Yeah, I mean, today was our game in hand. It was our free hit, and I've not bought into how many players they've had out, because they seem to have had a lot of players out all season. So I think they've always had that next man up mentality. They went to Kansas City. From the Kansas City game, I think there was only 2 changes, maybe 3. So it was a team that went to Kansas City and won. It's a team that's probably the best in the West at this moment in time. So yes, they've had injuries, but I think them injuries have been there all season.
Okay, we're going to move to questions online. We just have time for one more.
Hi, Coach. Talk to me a little bit more about the first half, specifically just the way the team was set up in the back 3 and the way Velda and Rojas were affecting play.
Well, I thought it was one of our best 45 minutes of the season. I thought we looked a real top team. Anthony was phenomenal on the right. We had dynamic. We were played forward. We were aggressive, and like I say, we should have been coming in at half time 4-0, and that's not just me being bullish or exaggerating or even being ignorant, because I think that was the game. And like I say, the game was always going to change, and we needed to use our experience and get on the ball and take composure and not give the ball away in stupid areas. And I felt we did that in the second half, and they just gained momentum from the first whistle when there was a little bit of a scuffle in the bottom right hand corner. All of a sudden the crowd got up a little bit and they got some energy, and I was disappointed.